Hi and welcome to Yoga for Surfers. I'm Tim and I'm here with Joe. We're at Keiko Surf Village at Karamas. Awesome place to be hanging out, doing yoga, and surfing in between.
Surfing a bunch.
And for today's class, this is a post-surf class. It can be done after your surf, it can be done any time of day, but the idea is that this is for recovery, to improve your mobility. If you're looking for something to do pre-surf as a warm-up, I'll put a link to that below in the description as well as the first comment. You don't need any props for today's class. If you are a little restricted in your mobility, you might want to have a block or a strap, but it's not a requirement. We'll make do without. So we're actually going to begin seated, and we're going to take this opportunity to connect to the breath. So find a comfortable seat, whether that's cross-legged or kneeling. And once you're seated, rest your hands on your thighs with your palms facing up. So once you find your seat, close your eyes. So first, we want to bring our awareness to the body, the position of the body, because how we hold ourselves has an effect on the breath and has an effect on our muscles and the muscle tension. So first, with your eyes closed, just feel yourself sitting up straight and tall. Imagine your pelvic roots, the bottom of your sit bones, aiming straight down into the earth, your shoulders stacking up over top of your hips, and then your ears balancing over your shoulders. Now, once you feel that, on your exhalation, let go of any strain you're holding. So you want to maintain the upright seat, but without holding tension. And now we're going to focus on the breathing. And we're going to slowly exhale through the nose. So breathe all the air out through your nose. And then slow breath in. Visualize the abdomen expanding, all four sides, front, sides, and back. The ribs up into the chest. And then send all the air out through your nose. And let's see if you can find a rhythm now of the breath of 4 or 5 seconds in and out. In and out through your nose, allowing for a full expansion so that we start to wake up the respiratory diaphragm, our breathing muscle. We're just going to practice this for another half a minute. And I want you to think of this breath as being your engine for the practice. Whenever you feel like you're getting strained or you're doing too much, you're going to come back to this calm, steady breath. It's going to help to remind us to relax throughout the practice so that we're not overdoing or being counterproductive in our yoga practice. One more round, slowly in through the nose and out through the nose. Good. Now open up your eyes and we'll start by twisting. Twist to your right, bring your left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you. Now once you go into the twist, see if you can find that alignment up over your pelvis again. So you balance your shoulders up over your hips, you're not leaning forward or back. Then twist to your left. And as you're pausing there in the twist, just notice if the amount that you twisted is making you sacrifice the breath at all. So you want to feel that calm, steady breathing so you're not overdoing. All right, come back to center. And now we'll come on to hands and knees to do some cat-cow. All right, so now from your hands and your knees, we're going to start to mobilize the spine, round the spine as you exhale. Tuck your chin towards your chest, tuck your buttocks. And then as you inhale, go the other way into a back bended position. And let's do that 3 times. And as you do it, start to slow down your breath again, just like in the breath work we did at the beginning. Inhaling into the back bended position. And exhaling to round. And notice is when you slow down your breath, maybe it can help you to improve the range of motion. Instead of trying to muscle your way into more space, let the breath carry you there. Finish up your last round here. Inhaling to back bend the spine. And exhale to round. Nice. All right, now come into a neutral spine. And from the neutral spine position, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Reach your right arm up. Feel yourself open up. And similar to how we practice seated, lengthen through the midline. So visualize through the crown of your head, your aim straight forward through your hips back. And then as you exhale, reach your right elbow down to the inside of your knee to the floor. Warming up the hips and the shoulders here in the spine. As you inhale, reach back up. As you exhale, reach the elbow down. One more. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, reach the elbow down. All right, now plant your right hand, curl your back toes under, and lift your back knee. So you're in a higher lunge here now. Lift that back knee up, back leg towards straight. As you inhale, reach the sides of the chest forward. As you, at the same time, reach back through your back, inner leg, and heel. From here, step into a plank position. Wake up your core muscles as you hold here. Then lower your knees down to the ground. And we'll stretch back into a child's pose. Reach your hips back to your heels. Now come back up onto your hands and your knees. Step your left foot up to the outside of your left hand. Reach your left arm up as you inhale. Exhale, reach your left elbow down to the inside of your knee, towards your ankle, towards the floor. Inhale to reach up. And exhale, reach down. Last one, inhale, reach up. And exhale, reach down. Good, now plant your left hand, arms straight. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee up. And hold here. Breathe into the stretch. Then with your hands flat, step your left foot back. Plank position. Feel your core muscles support you here. Knees down, stretch back into a child's pose. Come back up onto your hands and your knees. Now curl your toes under. Lift your knees, lift your hips up, and we're going to come into a down dog stretch. So in down dog, you're basically in an inverted V shape. You want to feel that from your wrists to your shoulders to your hips, you're trying to reach up and lengthen. And we're actually going to do a little bend in the knees to help to get that length. Think of reaching from your armpits towards your hands, at the same time lifting up through your hips away from your wrists. Nice job. Now walk your feet forward towards your hands. Put a little bend in your knees and let your head drop down. Now roll yourself up, one vertebra at a time. Let your head and your neck be your last thing to come up. Now spread your arms and reach up into the air. And spread your arms and fold forward. As you inhale, bring your hands to your shins, make a flat back. Good, then plant your hands down onto the ground. Step your left leg back, lower your left knee down. As you inhale, come up, raise your arms up. Then as you exhale, twist and spread your arms as you stay upright. A little bit of a balance challenge too. Good, now plant your left hand down onto the ground and lift your back knee up. So we're back into that kind of lunge twist position. Then from here, we're going to try a hamstring stretch. So as you exhale, bring your right hand down and stretch your right leg towards straight. However much you can. Might be a little, might be none. Then rebend your right knee, and as you inhale, reach your arm up so you're back into the twisted position. Then bring your right hand down, stretch the right leg towards straight as you exhale. Inhale back into the twist, bend your knee and reach up. Last one, bring your hand down and stretch your right leg towards straight. Now if your mobility is really limited here, you could put blocks under your hands or even use hands onto a couch or a chair or something to help with this one. Hold here in this position for 3 more breaths. Use the exhalation to really let go of the tension. See if you can soften into the stretch deeper. Good, rebend your knee. Then step back into a plank position. Lower down all the way down onto the ground. Now clasp your hands behind your back. If your shoulders are real tight, you can use a strap or a towel. Then reach your knuckles back towards your heels. Roll your chest open. With the hands clasped, again, if it's too difficult to clasp the hands, many surfers will have difficulty doing that. You can just use a strap or a towel so your hands are more shoulder distance apart. From here, wake up your back muscles, roll your chest open. See if you can bring more back then here into the upper back and a little less from the neck. Our necks are real strained and they're used to being in the tipped up position. So think of lengthening the back of the neck and lengthening the lower back, bringing less back bend into the lower back, less into the neck, and a little more into the thoracic spine. Then lower your heart down to the ground with your hands next to your chest. Press up onto hands and knees or back up into a plank position. Hands and knees, maybe if you've been surfing a lot and you're super fried. Then stretch back to downward facing dog. You can use child's pose instead of down dog, again, if your shoulders are all burned out and you want to do more restorative. All right, from here, let's walk back up to the front of the mat. And as you inhale, hands up to your shins, make a flat back. As you exhale, fold forward. Now roll yourself up to stand, 1 vertebra at a time. Nice and controlled. Spread your arms and reach up. Spread your arms and fold forward. Inhale, hands to shins, make a flat back. Then step your right leg back into a lunge and lower your knee down. Inhale, raise your arms up. Then as you stay upright, twist to your left and spread your arms. Come back to your diaphragmatic breathing. Feel the expansion, all 4 sides. Then bring your right hand down onto the ground. Left arm up. Lift your back knee. Bring your left hand down to the ground. And as you exhale, stretch your left leg towards straight. Doesn't have to get all the way straight. Don't force, don't push. Then re-bend. And as you inhale, raise your left arm up. Come back into the lunge. As you exhale, bring your left hand down and stretch your left leg towards straight. Bend your knee. Inhale, reach up. Hand down. Exhale, left leg towards straight. And breathe. Let the back of the neck lengthen. Let the skull drop down towards the ground. Especially on the exhalation, feel yourself able to let go of the tension you're holding. All right, from here, we're going to now walk the hands around to the right and then parallel the feet. So you be kind of in this like split stance. With your hands on the ground, start to make a flat back as best you can. Hold that position. Feel your back muscles wake up. Feel the hamstrings stretch. And then as you exhale, let your head drop, fold forward. One more time, inhale into the flat back. Now bring your hands onto your hips with a little bend in your knees, press into your feet, and come up to stand. Good. We're going to do the poses that help to open up the inner legs and the hips now. These are the externals in yoga pose and the yoga practice, and these are so important for keeping the hips healthy. So with that wide-legged stance,
Don't be dancing out here.
turn your left leg in just a little bit and turn your right leg all the way out. So turn your toes out and turn to face your right leg. Put your hands on your hips. Now bend your right knee, and even though you're looking over the right leg, I want you to turn your chest to face back towards us. Then spread your arms out. Straighten your right leg and stand up tall. We're going to bend and straighten out of this one. Now straighten your back leg as best you can. Press your back heel, keep your back leg straight. Then bend your right knee without bending your left knee. Just see how much the right leg could bend. So visualize like your inner legs are spreading away from each other. Left inner leg towards its knee foot, right inner thigh towards its knee. Straighten your leg again. Inhale, come up. And as you exhale, bend the right knee, tracking it over your foot, second, third toe. Pause there. And just keep your knee back over your ankle in this one. Find your breath. Now from here, bring your right forearm onto your knee and take your left arm up and overhead. Side angle pose. So we'll add a little lat stretch here. Focus on pressing into your back heel. Visualize the core of your spine long, your neck long, as you reach from your back hip into your back heel. And if you check out Joe, he's doing a good job of keeping his knee back in line with his ankle so that the knee's not caving in. You have to work your outer hip buttock just a little bit to help that happen. It'll help to open up your inner leg. Press into your feet, pull with your top arm and come back up, back to warrior two. Then straighten your right leg, hands onto your hips, give the arms a rest. Turn your legs to the other side, right leg inward a little bit, left leg turns out. Bend the left knee as you exhale. And as you inhale, come back up. Now keep your back outer heel in contact with the ground and the back knee straight. Then slowly start to bend the left knee without losing those. And straighten. One more time, bend your knee as you exhale, and we'll hold. Like from the beginning of class, feel your head balance right up over top of your hips again. And then check in with your breath. So the breath will actually help to create opening in the poses, how you breathe. Open your chest by spreading from your collarbones out through your fingers. Lean out over your knee, bring your forearm to your thigh now, and reach your right arm over. Keep reaching into your back heel. Good. Now inhale, come back up, press into your feet, reach with your top arm. Straighten your left leg and turn your left toes in. Now clasp your hands behind your back. Again, if you got the tight shoulders, you probably don't want to use a towel for this one. And with the arms straight, reach the knuckles down towards the ground. Roll your chest and shoulders open as you inhale, and then fold forward. Back to the forward folded position. This is a great hamstring stretch, inner leg stretch, and great for the shoulders. How's that one feel on your collarbone, Joe?
Chilling.
Okay, Joe did a collarbone a few months ago, so I want to make sure he's not yanking on it.
Thank you.
Yep. Three more breaths here. Come back up to stand as you press into your feet. And bring your legs together. All right, our last standing pose here, we're going to practice a tree pose. This is also a great one to open up the inner legs while at the same time improving your balance. Lean into your left foot and slide your right heel up your inner leg. However high feels comfortable for you. Wherever stretch feels best, bring your hands to prayer position once you're steady. Now an advanced variation of the stretch where you can also get a shoulder stretch. We could interlock the fingers, then turn the palms inside out, bring the hands up on top of the head, and if that stretch is feeling mellow, you could add on by then reaching the arms straight up. Bring your arms back down, your leg back down. Nice job. Change sides. Change the interlock of the hands. Do the other index finger on top this time. And turn the palms inside out once you're steady. Hands up on top of the head. If the balance is a challenge, you just keep hands at prayer. If it's still challenging, put your hands at a wall and just focus on the stretch in your hips. If you're ready to try to stretch the arms up, you can practice that one too. Then bring your arms back down. Bring your leg back down. All right. Now from here, these next stretches for your shoulders, you could do seated. We're going to show a seated position that might be a little challenging for some. If that's the case, you can put something underneath your butt, or you can just do them standing. So sit cross-legged, which for Joe, he's got a really good cross-legged seat already. It's easy for him to sit like that, but for many that might be difficult. Make sure that you can sit up straight and tall, and then slide your left hand onto your lower back. put your right hand behind your head. All right. Now, if you can sit up tall in this position, the hands like this, cool. If you want to try to stretch a little deeper, try to slide the hands closer towards each other. If you can't bind, no worries. It's not the aim I'm going for today. You could put a strap or towel in between your hands and then try to reach in opposite directions. So all our paddling muscles here to generate the force to push the water down. We get super tight all through here. And this is a great stretch, start to open that up, as well as the stretch for the opposite shoulder to help to improve our internal rotation. So when you're reaching back behind you, it's necessary to be able to generate force there. If your arm can't move back there well, it's not going to go so well. Release the arms. If you're sitting cross-legged, change the cross of the legs. Then put your right hand onto your lower back, left hand behind your head. And then go to the stretch that feels appropriate for you. You can slide the hands closer towards each other. You can grab a strap, or you can just pull on your t-shirt. Hook your hands and pull your t-shirt in opposite directions. Just a little gentle pull to help to reach the elbows away from each other. If you're thinking effort on a scale of 1 to 10, just give me like a 2. Nothing crazy. All right, now release that and put your hands about a foot behind you as you stretch your legs out in front of you. If your shoulders are tight, err on the side of going less, maybe just like 6 inches back. Now, bend your knees and put your feet onto the ground. Take your feet about a little wider than shoulder distance apart. Okay, so we're gonna do a little hip and shoulder mobilization from here. So like windshield wiper legs. As you exhale, let your knees go over to the right. And really focus on reaching your left knee towards the ground. Then as you inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, take your knees over to the left. And focus on the right knee reaching. Do that 2 more rounds. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. Or swivel. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. Last round. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. Nice. Come back to center. Lie on your back. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. And reach to grab a hold of the back of your left leg. Or if you're more flexible, you can see Joe can take his shin easily. He's showing off. No, that's all right. It might be too difficult. You can just hold the back of the leg, or the tightest of hips. Tightest of hips, you might just have your foot on the wall because you can't even reach and grab a hold of anything. So this left foot could be against the wall and you just take your arms to your side. You can even get a good chest stretch like that. Just letting the arms be at the side, especially if you've been paddling a ton. It's great to just lie like this. This is like, if I were to do this after like a week of surfing somewhere, surfing a bunch, I'd put my foot against the wall or heel up on a chair and just chill like that. Just ultimate relaxed version.
You call this relaxed? This is such a stretch.
All right, so we're just gonna hang out on this one for about a minute. As you're holding in the stretch, just focus on your breath. Come back to the slow exhalations. Then change the cross. We'll hang out there for a minute. All right, now release that and open up your arms to the side, change the cross of your legs, take the right ankle over the left knee again. And with your arms open up, we're just gonna let the knees fall over to the left as you look to your right. So this one's cool because you're getting the external rotation of the hip, you're getting a hip opener and a twist at the same time. If you already have good external rotation and you know that you need to bias internal rotation, you could do a variation where you hug the knee, open the arm, and twist like so instead. This should feel so good. It should feel like you're getting a nice chest shoulder opener, deep stretch for your spine and for your hip. Should feel great. Come back to center, change the cross, and slowly let your legs fall over to the right. If you're very limited in your mobility, you might want to put like a little pillow or cushion underneath this foot or knee so that it doesn't fall as far over, because we want to feel that the opposite shoulder can drop down to the ground, that your body doesn't get yanked up with it. And you also want to feel in these stretches again that you can relax. So if the twist is so intense to where you're holding your breath or you can't feel a sense of relaxation, it's actually counterproductive. And this is a difficult thing for people who are used to always pushing in the sports that they do, especially surfers. We're used to just like, okay, I'm going to power through, I'm going to overcome, I'm just going to push and make it happen. So we want to let go of that mentality when we're practicing yoga of this like, yeah, I'm just going to force to make it. That's going to be counterproductive. In your stretch, you really want to feel that you can relax. On a scale of 1 to 10, you should be no more than a 5. A balanced state is what it says in Yoga Sutras. It doesn't say that exact thing, but it says a balance of effort and surrender. So think about that you can really surrender into the position as you're opening. And this cues the nervous system that it's safe to let go, that the body can open up, things can stretch out. Otherwise, if you're forcing or pushing, your nervous system is getting the information to fight back, and you're just going to be creating tension in the stretch. Come back to center now. Hug your knees to your chest. And for our final stretch, we're going to try a happy baby, which is going to help with being able to move on the board from the straddle position. So from here, reach onto the insides of your knees and see if you can hook your big toes. So elbows reach to the insides of the knees. See if you can take big toes. Now if that's easy, you can try lifting your feet up into the air. If it's hard, you just keep the knees bent. And in this one, the knees go about a little wider than shoulder distance apart. You keep the knees bent. If you can catch the outsides of the feet, that's a little bit deeper. Maybe you can catch the outsides of the feet. Now I'm going to leave you in this stretch to finish the class today. You're going to hold this one for a minute and a half if you have the time. After that, I strongly recommend that you lie down and just focus on your breath for another 2 minutes, doing the slow breathing. This is going to help to teach the nervous system that you can relax after doing the practice. And you're going to gain a lot of benefit from that. Before we finish, I just want to encourage you to hit the like button on the video when you're all done after you've done your breathing practice. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you can keep practicing yoga with me. If you're looking for a course to help to get a yoga practice from the very start and start to improve your flexibility and your overall strength, I'm going to put a link to my Transform course that will help to get you on the right track and fast track your practice. I'll put that in the description as well as in the first comment. And I want to again thank Joe and Keiko Surf Villas for hosting this Yoga for Surfers class. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment below. Let me know which stretches really helped you. And if you'd like to see a more advanced version or a follow-up version, a part 2 of this, let me know as well. Thanks so much. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate you demonstrating the poses, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.